Hello and welcome back. Today we are going over Tassadar, who is a support hero, and I have to say is certainly one of my favourites. Now he does have a variety of builds in his kit, and his kit consists of Plasma Shield, shield anything, Sonic Storm, Storm anything, Dimensional Shift, which is escapee, 2 heroics, we were only going to be talking about Force Wall though, and his passive of Oracle. Now, for his talents, the first one you'll be wanting to go for my build is Templar's Will. This is very handy. For the second one, it's Carla's Embrace. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. Third, we are going for Resonation. This will help with his CC capabilities, and it's just generally more handy. For his ultimate, we are picking Force Wall. This will really help you out. Archon, I've never really found too much of a use for it, along with the fact that that cooldown, oh my god. For our level 13 ability, we are going for Dimensional Shift Duration and Movement Speed. This is the Deep Shift. And for 16, we are going for Psionic Echo, which enables you to cast 2 Psionic Storms. And finally, for your level 20, you have 2 options depending on how you are wanting to actually play. You can have Prismatic Leek, which means your basic attack bounces, or you can have Shield Battery, which all nearby all nearby allies get a nice new shiny shield. Now, Tassadar is an odd little thing. He can be made up to be a support, he can be made up to be a bit of a tank, and he can made up to be an assassin. The way I have him is kind of support assassin-y with a bit of CC. Now, the way in which I have gone around this in particular is, for one, the first ability that I pick, his Templar's Will. Attacking an enemy hero restores 8 mana per second, so I can keep my mana up. After spending 30 seconds attacking a hero, Distortion's damage is increased by 125%, and after spending 60 seconds attacking a hero, Distortion's range is increased by 1, which is actually quite helpful. For the second pick, increase the lifesteal of Plasma Shield by 75%. This enables you to have, for you personally, adds a little bit of tankiness, a little bit of healing, and it also does help in the supportive role of keeping an ally alive, particularly if you do have an overzealous assassin or a tank that is adamant that he is going to tank for you and you are going to support him. This does come in handy quite a bit. For the third pick at level 7, Resonation, Distortion Beam slows enemies affected by Sonic Storm by 50%. This is weirdly where a lot of your damage will come from, because hopefully by this point you will have the +1 on your range and obviously the increase in damage. You hit them with Sonic Storm and then you hit them with a basic attack and you can slow them, and if you are within quite a decent range you can either kill them or do some hefty damage to them by the time they get out of range, and by which point, if you're feeling cocky, you can always hit them with another Psionic Storm back to basic attacks, and they're slowed again, and you can just chase them down, rinsing and repeating. And that tactic kind of goes out the window when you hit level 10, because you can do something even more friggin' hilarious. You can use as often as every 10 seconds, because it's ridiculously overpowered, this move, and not a lot of people realise it. Force Wall. Just start whacking it down everywhere. You can just force wall everything, just make things move around it. It helps. Some enemies with leapy abilities, Genji and Hanzo, yeah, not so much. They can still give you a interesting and hard time, but they are certainly just a few of the more grr enemies in this, as well as Fausted and Zagara. Weirdly, they will really test your patience. Fausted, because he does hit very hard, and he can hit you on repeat, and just generally just keep you up on your cooldowns. You'll just waste all of them, and he can just keep hammering them and hammering. It's a nightmare. Just try and stay away from Fausted. Zagara, simply for the fact that she can spawn in her little minion things, and she's just hitting you from all over the place, and when you think you've got away, one of those little bloody Zerg just pop up and go, eh. Yeah. They're generally the more annoying ones, but overall, yeah, you can generally Force Wall will just piss most things off. Once you get to level 13, the next pick I have gone for is Deep Shift, which sounds a bit kinky, but it's not. Dimensional shift duration and movement speed bonuses are increased by 50%. This can either be good for a quick getaway, or if that one enemy you've been hunting for the past 40 seconds... 40 seconds is a long time in this game, don't you mock me, has just gotten away, whack in a dimensional deep shift. God, it sounds so kinky. And chase it down and give it that extra little poke. Just remember that it does have the heftiest cooldown, so you do use it wisely and sparingly, and try to maintain it for the getaway, not the kill. At level 16, this is where you start to have a little bit of fun. A second Sonic Storm can be cast within 2 seconds of casting of the first. Bloody blah, so you can spam them all over the place. This enables you to either lock down a single target, or you can start basically taking on 2 guys at once, and it then becomes even more friggin' entertaining. And if you're able to manage your cooldowns and at least keep up your mana, you'll just have a very jolly fun time, because not much will actually be able to stop you unless they have some serious burst damage. This is where Illidan, Zagara, Genji, Hanzo will start to really annoy you. Now for the final one, I either go with Prismatic Link, basic attacks bounce to 2 additional targets for 50% of the damage. This is quite fun if you're going for more of an assassin-y style and you're having a good time, you're not really too threatened by the enemy, you're just chilling, killing. You can just spam out a bit more damage, particularly if you're hitting heroes, because it still works with the passive, which is weird. Or you can go for Shield Battery, activate to give all nearby ally heroes an untalented plasma shield. This will obviously still give them a little bit of healing and obviously the shield at base, but it's untalented, so they won't be getting 75%, but it still is helpful, and it obviously is a welcome thing within the game, particularly late game, and you're pushing on that core, you just need that last little hit, so shields up people. Anyway, Tassadar as a whole is a great little character. He does take a little bit more getting used to, and it's only been in recent years, months, that I have really started to enjoy this character. He is quite fun, he has some great CC, some great utility. His mobility is pretty good using his dimensional shift. You need to keep an eye on the cooldown, as it is his largest cooldown. Oracle is great for spotting those stealthed units, which I will admit I have a really bad habit of not using. Sonic Storm is absolutely wonderful for clearing waves of minions, as well as his Q is just great for just keeping up your health, and the first talent for your basic attack generally really helps keep up your mana. So you've got a mana and a health buff for you to keep you in the fight. He is still quite squishy without the shield, and the shield doesn't last as long as you would hope it would, but it is enough to at least go one-on-one with quite a lot of the heroes, at least take out camps and help your team push forward. He's not supportive in a direct healing fashion such as Lily. You do need to actively put shields on, and it is not the most amount of healing. It's enough to help. However, on the plus side, you can heal towers, buildings, minions, absolutely anything, and you can kind of drive the enemy a little bit crazy with it because they think they're having a good time, and you're just like, nope, shield, 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 shield. He does have some insane pushing power, so I do recommend, if you have one on the opposite team, do keep a check on him. Anyway, that's me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you pretty soon. Ta-ra!